Okay, so my goal here now is just to take Chris's copy and again make it much more personable and digestible for readers that are coming to the site. So where it says here, this fat can be kept hidden by regular clothing, but is conspicuous when one wears fitness clothing or swimwear, that's just not consistent with someone talking to you and being empathetic. So what I'll say is, this stubborn belly fat, or rather, what I'll say is, let's see. So I used to hide my stubborn belly fat. Okay, so what I discovered in the months to come was that getting rid of FUPA was actually very easy. Okay, so I think, guys, this my vision for this particular sales page is actually going to be a lot shorter and smaller than I thought it was going to be initially. So what I have so far is a good headline, a good header, and again, you can see this background now. When I scroll, it sticks, but it says if you're, I have a sub-headline, I have a little testimonial, and then I think this sales letter here is going to be a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be initially, because really all I'm trying to get them to do is download a lead magnet to acquire emails that can later be used to market to these individuals. So it says, many women suffer from excessive loose skin or fatty. Let's see. You know what? I need to make this more personable. So I'm going to say, right. So one thing when you're writing copy, it's a good idea to highlight the positive, uplifting sections of your copy, like getting rid of FUPA is actually very easy. It'll draw people to those more attractive parts like that, while you can still do things like not by working yourself to death. So you might want to actually, bold this if you are new to copywriting, not by working yourself to death with aggressive workouts or restrictive diets, but that's not a good idea, because what happens here from a copywriting perspective is while you've said not by doing these bad things, but they still focus on those bad things. And what you're trying to do is get them in an emotional state to say yes, and you do that by making them feel good. So you definitely want to highlight or bold these sections that make them feel good. Getting rid of FUPA is actually very easy. Something like that. So right here I'll say, I will show you exactly how I lost my FUPA after getting pregnant. So I will show you exactly how I lost my FUPA after getting pregnant. And I'll say, I used to hide my stubborn belly fat. I love the beach. Okay. I think that's pretty good. So let's keep going. I think I'll make this about 3 paragraphs longer. And then I'm going to put a CTA and a button so they can download their lead magnet. And I think the sales page will literally be done that fast, with some potential offers at the end that can drive them to the affiliate offers for Chris, and hopefully we can turn this baby into a cash cow for him. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you now is what's called a divider element. So a divider element helps break up the content in your page by putting lines, horizontal lines on the page, so that the whole content is more digestible. So right now, I personally kind of feel like this content is just flowing together. So what I'm going to do is add a divider element between this paragraph and this section where the 2 proven steps to get rid of your FUPA in 45 days or less starts. So I'm going to scroll down here to the divider section, click the divider, and it's going to throw a divider in there. Now I'm not a fan of this particular style, so what I'll do is make it a little bit thicker, put it at 2 pixels, and then probably just make it lighter, honestly. So something like this. What we can also do is make it black, and then you can reduce the transparency like this. And I think that's going to help break it up. I also want to make it a little bit shorter, or not as wide. So maybe about 80%, and I'm going to center it like that right there. Let's put it at 90%. And I think that helps to break up the page a little bit nicer. Alright, so you can see that right here I said, if my first CTA really, if you want a free copy of my short ebook I wrote on this topic, you can download it by clicking the button below. So, download it by clicking the button below. I'm going to underline that. And right now I'm going to show you how to add a button element to your Clickfunnels page, how to make a pop-up, and then how to use that pop-up to create input fields to capture the contact's email address and their name, and potentially some other things too. So what we'll do here is we're going to put a button right here. So I'm going to come to the plus sign and click plus and select the button element. So the button can be found here in the form section. So we're going to click button right here. It's going to add a button. And it's not the best looking button. I think it's going to be best if we either choose a Clickfunnels default setting or make one consistent with these colors. But let's see what Clickfunnels has first. They're masters of conversions. They know what works. So we'll go to the themes right here and we'll pick a button that we think could work. So pretty consistent with this yellow color is this orange 3D button right here. Maybe this orange dark button. That one's kind of cool. Let's try that one. Okay, I like the way that looks. Let's see how these other ones look as well. So that one looks pretty good about this orange 3D. I think I like the other one better. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to click and select the orange dark button right here. And I'm going to, in the text, so to edit the text you have to click the button itself, come to settings, and here in the button text is where you put this text right here. So you'll say click here to get your, and also this was a suggestion that I got at a Nicholas Kuzmich mastermind. He's a master of conversion, a master of Facebook ads, and he said he doesn't know why, but when someone's downloading a PDF, what tends to work best in almost all cases is a double right chevron. Meaning if you come here and click on this button, something along these lines, double right chevron. Now I personally like going to the advanced tab right here, coming down to the icon picker after, and you have icon picker and icon picker after. Icon picker 1 puts the icon before the text, icon picker after puts the icon after the text. And I like coming here and picking the double right chevron, like that right there. So that looks pretty good. Click here to get your free PDF. Can potentially make this button a little bit bigger. So let's do a 22 pixel or 22 size, maybe a 16 here. So click here to get your free PDF, the stuff I wish I knew earlier in my journey. Now, as this button sits, it won't actually do anything. If you click it, it says right here in red text, warning, button action not set. So what we want to do is click on the button here in the editor and come to set action right here. So you click set action and then literally just click open the pop-up. And that right there will insert a URL parameter that when this page is launched will actually open up the pop-up. So right here we'll click show pop-up and we can see it's empty. Now if you remember at the very beginning of this training when I was going through the Bikini Body Workouts funnel, or their sales page rather, they had a pop-up come up and I took a screenshot of it. So I'm going to pause this video while I pull that up and we can analyze it and potentially make something similar. Okay, so we have the right here the screenshot I took earlier of the pop-up that came up in the Bikini Body sales page, and it says discover the truth, learn why, all these things. And I think these are some great things that are consistent with what I've been saying. So I'm gonna probably copy this almost word for word. Be careful, but since we're promoting this offer, I don't think they're going to have a problem with us using their pop-up. So we'll say discover the truth in a headline. So first things first, we're going to want to put a 1-column row right here in this pop-up. And then a headline element. And I think I'll say in all bold, discover the truth. Make this much bigger, maybe 48, like that. And we will use the appropriate color, which we have in our color history right here. Use that blue. All right, bring the pop-up back up. Discover the truth. Learn why. So we're going to add a subheadline now. So the subheadline is going to say, learn why. We're going to justify it left. We're going to make it a bit bigger text, maybe a 34. Let's do a 32, like that right there. So learn why. And now, if you look at this pop-up, what we have here is these check marks. Cardio is ruining your body. Listening to magazines is a waste of time, and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and add that. So what you'll do is you'll do a plus, and you'll come down and find one of two things, either an image list, or there should also be a bullet list right here, a bullet list. So let's see what options the bullet list has by default. If we click the bullet list, boom, you'll see we get these little check marks. So I will be using this, but just so you know, if you wanted to use the image list, if you get images that are 32 pixels by 32 pixels, you can put any kind of icon in here, and it will put it in each of these places where this arrow are. So if you have a 32 pixel by 32 pixel check mark, you can then click on settings and then add that 32 pixel by 32 pixel green check mark right in here. You can see it says icon image 32 pixels right here. So that can be done. You just need that. But I'm a fan of these check marks by default. So I'll make this text a little bit bigger. I think we can push a 20 pixel, just like that, or a 20 size font. Alright, so we'll say, let's go on the education route again. Let's see what Chris says in his article a little bit. Just some quick things. Creating caloric deficit. Okay, so balanced diet, unprocessed foods. So we'll point out a number of foods. We can say that erase fat fast. Okay, so now we have a pop-up that says discover the truth, learn why these things happen. What we can also do is put a border around this pop-up. So I'm going to go right here, click Edit Pop-up Settings, come to Advanced. You want, I think the 10 pixel corner radius is fine. Edges, border. We want a full border. And I'm thinking that either the yellow or the blue is good, but I'm thinking the blue is going to be best. So let's go back to our ColorZilla, color picker, color right here, copy this, and we'll just paste that color right in there. And we can make it 5 pixels wide, I think, just like that. Okay, so next we're going to want a name field and an email field that can help us capture the leads that come to this pop-up right here. Remember, they click that button to get their lead magnet, And now we want to collect their email address so that we can market to them in the future. First, I'm going to decrease the margin on this a little bit. There we go, the padding rather. So now let's add these fields. We're going to add 2 fields, one for a name and one for an email. So come right here, we're going to click Input, just like that. That's perfect, looks great. And I am a fan of this default input right here. So that's what we have, I believe. Yep, default input. We're going to say your full name here. So your full name here. And it's going to be required. And you want to make sure you put required and choose the input type. The input type will be the full name, just like that. And I think that's literally perfect. We'll just duplicate this now. Decrease the margin on this. That's too much margin, so we'll change this margin to maybe a 10, maybe even a 5, like that right there. We're going to edit this so that it is now set for email address and say your best email here. Your best email here. All right, great. So now we can put a button below this. So let's get another button. Because I believe this had, yep, so now it just says send me the free report. Perfect. So we can probably X out of this now. Right? And we'll just put a button down here. So again, the button element is in the form section. Button, just like this. And again, I think we should keep it consistent and use that same button style, which was here in themes, orange dark button. But one thing I want to do is make it full width, so it's the same width as these full name here and your best email here input fields. So we'll go to settings, come to advanced, and in the button width, instead of fluid, pick fill width, and it fills all the way out. So now I'll come back to settings and edit the text, and I'll say in all caps, download my free report now, right? And I'll add an icon with the download field. Or no, you know what? I'll put the double chevron again because that converts best. Download my free report now. And I think one thing I'll do is I'll increase the side margin on this so it squishes it a little more. So we'll do a 35 side margin on this one column row, just like that. And what I'll actually do now is I'll have the set action be to submit the former page if they decide to take up this offer right here. So what this does is they'll click this button and it will submit the page, it'll submit this information, and it'll take them to the next step in the funnel where they can finally download their free PDF. Now I'm thinking what I might do is also on that page have an offer like this, like the Achievable Body or the Bikini Body workouts. Now, if they decide not to take up this offer and they decide not to click this button to get their free PDF, one thing we can do is have another section down here below this in the step 2 of the 2 proven steps that says the secret to getting rid of FUPA is actually a good workout plan and a good diet plan, which comes from the Achievable Body and the Bikini Body workouts. I think that's a good plan. What do you think? All right, so we'll say save. And one thing that's probably very important to have is here in the pop-up. So again, we're going to show pop-up. You always want to have a small little privacy policy on here. So I'm going to click Add New Element, and do a paragraph right here. And I'm going to remove this margin, maybe make it just 5 pixels, like that. And what I'll do is right here, I'll align it left, and I'll say, nope, don't want it all caps, privacy policy. And a lot of people like to put here, we will never rent, sell your information, or spam you. Those are 3 very negative words. I like to use more positive words to, again, keep them in the emotional state of saying yes, of purchasing, of not having any negative emotions associated with the sales page. So I'm going to say privacy policy. We will protect your information and keep it safe. That easy, right? And to add a little bit more security to it, here I'll come to advanced, and in the icon picker, I'm going to search for a lock, like that right there. Privacy policy. Let's see, we will protect your information with our lives and keep it safe. I think that's pretty good. I also like to make it a little bit less bright, so we'll move it down to the 73773 kind of style there. And I think that's pretty good. That's a very good pop-up. I think that should convert pretty well for people that do click on that button. And they can get their free download, which is literally just going to be this right here, this page turned into a PDF essentially. Chris did a great job of putting a lot of very great content on here, but it's not going to convert, in my opinion, as well as something like this, which really pushes and targets them and tries to evoke more emotion than this more logical content does. It serves as a great lead magnet that they can get for exchanging their email and name. But yeah, so that is how you make a button to open a pop-up, to submit the form page with email and name form fields. So next I'm going to do step 2. I think I can potentially separate this like that. And so we'll say step 2. Use the right exercise and diet plan. Use a flawless exercise and diet plan. And we'll say meal plan. Diets have a negative connotation. Use a flawless exercise and meal plan. I'm thinking I might want to change the color of this one down here to match this. as I mentioned earlier, lucky for you, lucky for you. Okay, so currently what I'm doing is debating the best method to take. So I'm wondering, when I have this step 2, use a flawless exercise and meal plan, and I list the 2 plans below, one for the Bikini Body Workouts program and one for the Achievable Body, the question is, do I make 2 buttons right here with headlines saying this one and this one, or should I go for a more horizontal layout where I have the exercise program and then the meal plan after that? And I personally think that it's going to be best to have a 2-button layout here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a button element. I'm going to add a button right here, and of course I'm going to go with the same. Well, I actually might go for a different style this time. Let's see. So what would happen if I went for this orange 3D button here? Right, it looks a little bit different. We may want to be consistent just so we don't throw them off, the customer in this case. So I think it's best to keep your buttons pretty consistent. So we're going to keep it to this one right here, and we're going to make this one fill width. So again, you go to advanced, and then you come right here to fill width for the button width. It's going to fill it up all the way. And I'm going to put right here, let's see, the exercise program. So click here to learn more about. So click here to learn more. Or let's say this. Let's say literally click here to get fit fast, and here click here for the flawless meal plan. Now what I'll do is I will put little headlines above this, of this color, I think. So I'm going to grab these same little headlines here. So I'm going to say, with this centered, let's center it. Click there, center. And we'll say, for this one, we'll say, let's say, the easy to follow workout program that changed my life. We can make it a little bit smaller. So let's go for a font maybe around 24 pixels, or 24 size font, maybe 22. So a 22 size font I think is pretty good. And then we can say here, the fast acting body transformer that made dieting breeze. So just some classic little good copywriting skills there. We definitely want to decrease the padding and the margin on this. So I'm going to put this at a 10. I'm going to decrease this bottom one to just 10 as well. So you can, and then change this. So this is going to be way too high right now. Make this about 10 as well. And same goes for this one. Alright, and now we can grab these links. So right here, we will just click on Chris's link here. We're going to copy the link address and come here and click here to get fit fast. We'll go to set action, and here in the go to website URL, delete this hash and just paste the URL there. And then for Chris's other offer, which was, I want to say this. Does this have, let's see, bikini body workouts. So that's not what we wanted. You see, I don't even see if Chris has a affiliate tag in here. So clean up your diet right here. So I'm just going to copy this link address. It appears to be a PHP redirect because it goes from howtolosefupaafterpregnancy.com/mydiet, and it redirects to the achievable body. I'm not sure if he has any offers there, but it looks like he might. It could be some HTML in there. So we're just going to add that link here and this. I'm going to set action, remove the hash, and paste the link. Just like that. I'm going to add some more bottom margin to make it look a bit better. Maybe more like 60. No, 40 actually seems pretty good. Alright, and then it's always a good idea to put another transparent column on the bottom. I do this with all of our funnels, and we put a piece of text that'll say copyright this website URL. So we'll put it right here. We're just going to drag this, just copy everything, and we'll say copyright 2017 for how to lose fupa after pregnancy.com. Yep, that's it. And then we'll say all rights reserved. We'll center it. We will decrease the size of it to about 18, maybe 16 actually, make it a lot smaller. And we can even decrease the margin on this a bit. So we can make this 10 down here, 10 up there, just like that. And that's a pretty good sales page for having a lead magnet and 2 affiliate links on it. I think this could convert quite well actually. Alright, so this is now loaded. Now watch, when I try to leave the page and go to Venus Factor, it's not doing it now. It's upsetting. So basically, on attempt to exit, you can launch a pop-up, and I'll show you how to do this right now. So on this page we've made, you can go to Pop-up, Edit Settings, and you go right here, Trigger on Exit. You'll put Show when user tries to exit, just like that. Perfect. We'll click Save. One thing that could also be good about this with these settings is making the backdrop a bit darker. I tend to like to go towards the 0.5. It makes the backdrop a little less bright, let's do a quick preview of this page. So this is what it will look like to a brand new user of this page, and if you can see, if they read it and they're like, this isn't for me, and they go to exit, this pops up. Discover the truth, learn why this, and they might just decide to, commit. So that'd be great. Now, anything else I can think that would go to this page right now? I can't actually think of anything that we can add at the moment. If I think of anything else, but realistically, I think we just built an entire funnel in an entire pretty effective sales page in under 3 hours. It's quite impressive by most people's standards to do a page that fast. But it's lots and lots of experience and a lot of practice. I do this every single day, so I'm going to exit here in a very short period of time. Alright, so the final thing I'm going to show you in this sales page creation today is mobile optimization. And not necessarily for SEO purposes or speed or anything like that. What I'm actually showing you is just from an aesthetic and design point of view and a conversion standpoint, how we make this as mobile optimized as possible. So the version 2 editor, I get up here in the URL parameters, editor _v2. That's very important because this allows you to actually preview and build this entire funnel in a mobile preview. Very, very, very valuable. Obviously, you can check to some degree the how this is manipulated upon width manipulation like this right here. So you can see when this is smaller to about average laptop size, this is how it'll look. And it still looks pretty good, in my opinion. I'm quite fond of it. So what we'll do now is we'll now click right here on mobile in the top left-hand corner. And again, this is going to give us a preview in real time, in real build time, of what this will look like on a mobile device. So I click this, and you have to consider that, a lot of people are going to search for this kind of stuff on mobile. Okay. Honestly, it doesn't look that bad. I'm surprised that we're not going to have to change too much. In fact, I would say that this initial section doesn't need changed at all. This is perfect. I think in general this will look fine centered, so we'll just center it for both mobile and for desktop. Now, here's one thing I'm not a huge fan of. It looks just having this easy by itself at the bottom I don't like. So what we'll do is we'll come and we'll click the settings. We'll come over here to mobile size. So the desktop size is 48, but in the mobile size we can change this, and we want it at maybe a 38, maybe a 40. No, probably gonna stick with 38. Yep, stick with 38. Maybe a 36 even, or 37. Yeah, let's do a 36. So here we have a 48 on desktop, but a 36 size on mobile, and it would change automatically when Clickfunnels detects that this page is being displayed on a mobile device. Incredibly valuable from a design perspective. So let's keep going through here. I think other than that, this text size is pretty good. This could be a bit smaller, I think, on mobile. So what we'll do is we'll come to the mobile again, and we'll change this to maybe a 32. I think that's perfect. Now these two are a bit odd. Maybe if these headlines were smaller, it would look better on mobile. So let's try a mobile size of 18. That looks good. Try the same here. 18. Not quite. Try 17 maybe. 17 works fine, so we'll change this one to 17 as well. Other than that, I think this honestly looks quite good. I think this is an excellent sales page that will get some leads from a currently completely non-converting page that is getting organic traffic. I look forward to seeing how well this works, and hopefully in a video in the near future I will show you how to build the thank you page with the PDF download and everything of that nature. Until then. Alright, so now we're going to make the thank you page in this this two-step funnel. So we have obviously finished the opt-in page, which can also link to affiliate offers, but if they decide to opt in via this page and download their PDF, which we've made, here's a quick example of a PDF I made in about 30 minutes. So using the content that Chris had on his site already, we have this this short ebook about 11 chapters long, or rather 11 pages long, that has some pretty good information. It's actually excellent information. It just wasn't converting very well, is all. So, yeah, I mean, even looking at the information itself, it's fairly valid. It's correct, and that's good. So we're going to give them good information. And then at the end, it's going to ask them to click on the affiliate offers, which is the diet and the exercise plan. So those are both good factors here. Let's see here. All right, but now we're going to create the thank you page for this, which is usually where people download their template or their PDF, sorry. So this would be their PDF, their ebook, essentially. So we can either go with a pre-made template, or we can just start with a blank thank you page. So since I'm going through the motions and making stuff from scratch, we're gonna do select a blank thank you page right here. All right, we'll click Edit Page. All right, so first things first, we'll just delete this section as if it were never there, and we'll start completely from scratch. So we're going to add a new section. Again, you know me, I like to do full width sections. Alright, and actually, you know what? I'm going to change my mind already. We're going to delete that section, and we're going to add a wide section. Thank you pages tend to look pretty nice when they have a high margin on them, which we've talked about. So we're going to do a margin of about 80 pixels. And we're going to make this, well, let's first add a new row. So we're going to add a one column row, keep everything nice and centered, add a new element. Let's add let's add the button first. The button which they will download their offer from, their PDF, and thanks of them, you know, clicking on that or giving us their email essentially. So what we'll do is we'll say, you know, here's your, or download your free ebook, and the theme is going to again be this orange. All right, and we're probably going to want to do a download icon. So in advanced, we can find the icon picker, and we'll pick a download. So one of these download things here. Let's pick this cloud. I like that one a lot. So download your free ebook. Now the last thing we'll do here is we will then link this PDF in here. So we'll set action, go to website URL, and paste that link right in there. Perfect. All right, next we'll want a headline. So let's do element, add element, headline right here, preferably above this, but I guess it's going to make me drag it above like that. All right, so this is going to be thank you. Here's your free ebook. And we'll still want to stay pretty consistent with our branding here, which so far has been this color here. Put a little margin on this. And what I'd like to show here is a video, honestly. So we'll do a subheadline, and we'll say something along the lines of, if you have a few moments, I'd like you to hear about the diet that changed my life. All right, and now we're going to talk about adding a video element. So video element, you would go to add an element, and you find video here under the media category. All right, puts a little more margin on this, padding. All right, and I want to pull the diet right here and embed this video. And now this looks like it is a YouTube video, which Clickfunnels allows you to embed very, very easily. Now, I will copy this video URL. I can pause that, surprisingly, so copy video URL. I'm going to come here, do YouTube video in the settings. I'm going to paste this YouTube URL right here, and I'm going to turn the autoplay on. Just like that video here, you saw the autoplay turned on automatically. Now, surprisingly, they still have controls active, which is a mistake for them, I believe. So, autoplay on, controls off, branding off. I think that's good. Now, let's add a border, full border. And I'm going to want to copy this color. And make that the border. About 5 pixels. Make sure this background color is white. Now I'm going to change the background color here in the very back. Add the image. You know, I personally think that keeping that branding very consistent is valuable. So I'm going to keep this image in the background for now. Make this a bit larger. Put it at about 42-point font. There we go. Thank you. Here's your free ebook. Download your free ebook here. We're going to add a divider. We've already talked about how to do that. You simply go to add new element. You scroll down to the divider. And I believe in the past we did 2 pixels. And we decrease this transparency pretty drastically. All right. Now I would also like to keep the font pretty consistent. So if you remember how to do that, we go to our settings, typography, and then content font. We select a font. And then I believe we chose this Pompier right here. Make this a good bit bigger, actually. Probably do 52 pixels, 58 pixels. 62 pixels. I like that better. Free ebook. We can make this more around the realm of 26 probably. Can make this bold and a bit bigger still, so maybe around 26. Alright. Decrease the margin on this video. Let's see. Down here, we're going to say, if you'd like to order the diet program outlined in the video above, just click the button below. I'm going to reduce this to 22-point font, and I'm going to unbold this. I'm going to say own. Own's a great word. Order is not a great word. Possession is a great thing for conversion. So if you'd like to own the diet program outlined in the video above and start changing your life today, click the button below. Alright, we're going to copy this button here because we want to keep it consistent. And this will say, rather, get your life changing diet plan. And instead of having the download icon, I'm just going to come here and delete it with that little trash button there. I'm going to use this double chevron. Alright, so this is going to, for the SEO metadata, thank you. Do a pipe. Your free ebook awaits. We can just say thank you, you're one step closer to changing your body, your life forever. And this is obviously going to be how to lose FUPA after pregnancy. I totally forget our girl's name. Her name is Kimberly Robertson. No social image yet, but I think that's pretty good. Alright, so now we have a thank you page. It says, thank you, here's your free ebook. If you have a few moments like to hear about, I'd like you to hear about that changed my life, and then here's where you can get it right here. Brilliant. Alright, I think it'll be, we need one more section down here, so I'm going to add a full width section. Just to give us some space down here. And also add in a 1 column row and a paragraph text. It's going to say the usual, which is copyright 2017, how to lose FUPA after pregnancy.com. All right. Reserved. So now they can get their free ebook, and they can watch this video too. So we want to make sure this goes to this link here, copy link address. We preview this, and we can see that this video should autoplay.
Vegetables on Fridays are stupid. So when this lady or the media tells me to eat more veggies after a long, brutal week, I'm all like, dude, why? Because vegetables on Fridays are stupid. I'd rather have pancakes or a delicious chocolate cupcake or even cake.
So hopefully if they make it that far into the video, they will stick around and watch it. They can get the free ebook by clicking here. That's going to open it up. Now, one thing I just realized is I think it'd be better if that opened in a new tab. So now I'm going to show you how to make on a button click that when they click the button, the ebook will open in a new tab. So all you do is you come to Settings. In the button, we have the link in the set action right here, but right here in the open in same window, you change to open in new tab / window. This way, and you'll see when I preview this page right now, I click preview, and I click this to get my ebook, this still plays. They can come back and say, what was going on here? And they get locked into the video and they end up buying the diet plan. So they also have their ebook.
Pancakes or a delicious chocolate cupcake or even cake.
I think this will be a very effective two-step funnel for sure. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how to integrate all of this with an actual email list in Actionetics. I'm not sure if Chris has anything set up in Actionetics right now. I guess I'll take okay, so he needs to actually upgrade. So he probably has something in his Market Hero or something along those lines. If he does not already have a list dedicated to this, let me see if there's any kind of opt-in form here. Yeah, I don't see anything. See, that's one place he's going wrong here is he's not collecting leads when he could be. With 500 visitors a year or more, there's no reason 20% of those can't be converted into, email assets essentially. So that's a nifty little sales page. Lots of good content. Anyways, we'll go back here. We're going to edit this page, and I'll show you how you are supposed to integrate with a email autoresponder, assuming that Chris has one in place. So what we'll do is we'll go to Settings, Integrations, select Integration. Alright, so he has several actually. He has HTML forms, he has Market Hero forms. I think Market Hero is going to be the way to go with this. So let's try his Market Hero HTML form. I'll probably need more information from him because I need more than that. That's not enough for me to decide which form to use. Maybe he has an Aweber existing form, select a list. He doesn't have any lists, it doesn't look like, so that would be how you would integrate the email list, but I'll have to ask Chris about that tomorrow and get those exact details from him. But the point is that even if sales don't come through initially, there's no reason that Chris shouldn't be collecting multiple leads per day. In fact, I think I'm underestimating. I think Chris says that thanks to his SEO, and he has a great SEO in Google, he gets around 120 visits per day. It might have been per month, but I think it was somewhere around that number, and there's no reason 20% of those can't be converted into profitable long-term assets of an email list. So, I believe that if we, give this a quick test. Let's check it out. Actually, let's go straight for it. We're going to copy this link here. We're going to open up a new tab and paste that opt-in box right there. All right, so here is the sales page. Very simple. Someone could scroll through it and see a couple buttons, but they could also, stick around for a bit. I can decrease this a little bit, get it more like laptop size. So, I mean, it's a very attractive, great color scheme sales page. They can get their free PDF. So let's see, they think, I don't want to get this program. I don't want to get this program either. They're going to click here to get your free PDF. They click that, and boom, discover the truth, learn why this, and this. That's compelling. I'm going to put in my name, and I'm going to say Joshua Hudson at JoshDoIt. Let's do it actually. Josh at ibuildyourbrand.com, actual email. And I'm going to click download my free report now. It's going to submit this page. It's going to upload the information and take me right here to this thank you page with the ebook to be downloaded. I download it, and here it is. And at the same time, this video starts playing. And if this video sells them, they can then get your life-changing diet plan right here. And Chris makes a quick, couple bucks. Awesome. This is a win-win-win, guys. Win-win-win. So we're going to leave. So yeah, this has been a basic demo. I'm hoping I can show you guys some more stuff in the future once I get information from Chris on which email autoresponder he wants to integrate. I'll record a video on that. There's so much stuff you can do inside ClickFunnels. If you study conversion, you can do a lot. I've also learned a lot about custom CSS and JavaScript and HTML when it comes to this kind of stuff. When you want to do some more advanced things like particle JavaScript and some very advanced tactics. Just so you know, if you want me to help you build your funnel, this was done in only 3 to 4 hours of work while recording, I can do a lot for you in a couple of days or a week. So if you need a whole funnel built out, very attractive, very aesthetic, high converting, split testing, because you can see you can also split test, I can do a lot of stuff for you, and I'd be happy to talk to you about building funnels for you in the future. Just email me at josh@ibuildyourbrand.com, and I'd be happy to help you. All right, talk soon.